Hello people, welcome. Today we're going to be going over the playoffs because it is playoff time. So yeah, I'll go over my match first, do my team builder for it in here, and then I'll look over the other matches, talk about what I expect, who I think might win, and how, and all that stuff. So yeah, I ended up as a 7 seed, so I will be playing the 2 seed, which is Bohm and Undella Unknowns. He has brought these 5 Pokemon every week except week 2, where he did not bring Venusaur, I believe. So he's brought these 4 Pokemon every time, and that Pokemon 9 out of 10 times for each week. So naturally, I think I'm allowed to assume that all of them are going to come. And as a 6-mon, I think it's probably either Araquanid, because Water is a decent matchup against them, and Bug can beat Musharna and Tangela, or Bombi, because Speed Swap shenanigans with Gigalith when it outspeeds my entire team. Although he's been talking a little bit about Krabby, so it might come as a joke. I don't really know. I expect mostly one of those two. And if you look at his team, and versus my team, I think that Landorus has a good matchup, and that's what I base it off of. Also, Wide Guard I think is good versus Eruption and Expanding Force, so Turtonator has Wide Guard on my team. So now, if we go to look at my team, just max HP Powdon, Gigalith, max Steel Spike. If I don't activate, like Gigalith, max Steel Spike, or max Quake, just to neutral max move. From max attack Adamant, without weakness policy activated on Dynamax, +1 hit Powdon after a curse, it's like an 8-hit KO. That's pretty good. And but let's go over for my plan. Klefki, Landorus. So Landorus, max Quake does. It won't kill a Dynamax Gigalith with max HP, but it will do like 80 to 90% with a flash cannon and a double up should OHKO it, unless I get like minerals for both. But yeah, I have Iron Tail, makes max Steel Spike. I might need defense boosts. I used to have U-turn, but I never used it during mocks. And Fly for max Airstream and hit Venusaur, all that stuff. So the plan is lead these two. Versus I'm EV'd to outspeed max speed Venusaur, and the rest is in attack and bulk. Klefki has enough Spit F to live like Torkoal Heat Wave, I think, with Torkoal on some Torkoal attack. And the rest I put in defense. Oh yeah, and I have 20 special attack. I think it makes it like a 3-hit KO versus Gigalith out of max guaranteed, or something like that. And then I had to put 4 EVs into speed because otherwise they would be wasted. 2 HP and then the rest in defense. Thunder Wave for when speed swap happens, or for Venusaur. Safeguard because Fleet Powder, it's annoying. That helps a lot. Light Green because most of his team is special. When you think about Torkoal and DD, Hatterene, Venusaur, and I didn't have a better third move, and then Flash Cannon is better than Dazzling Gleam as an attack this week versus Hatterene and Gigalith. Then we go to Powdon. Iron Ball, not quite sure about it, but with Room Service, even after a curse, I don't underspeed Torkoal in Trick Room, so the Trick Room counter. Plan is to these two, they beat basically everything, except, oh yeah, Air Balloon, so I can ignore max Quakes from Gigalith and also spam Earthquake if I need to. Yeah, so plan is I lead these two. If he leads in DD Hatterene, probably follow me Trick Room, so double out into these two guys. Then I will Wide Guard and Curse, and then max Powdon and win, hopefully. That's hopefully. As a backup plan versus DD Hatterene, I have Imprison Trick Room, Expanding Force Musharna. It's max defense because it lives Eruption, Firm, Choice Specs, Torkoal, and Sun. So I don't think I didn't need to deviate for anything else. So I had max defense so it could live Gigalith hits possibly. For speed, so it could outspeed possible like Hatterene if he's not min speed for whatever reason. And then Wonder Room because Gigalith and Torkoal both have 130 and 140 base defense versus 80 and 70 base special defense. What Wonder Room does, it'll switch those up so that Hippowdon and Landorus can do more damage to them. So I don't really see myself bringing these two as much, but they're there just in case. And then the Glass Cheer, it's very defensive. That's a plus defense minus special attack nature. And it will live +2 Gigalith max Rockfall if it Dynamax or non weakness policy activate Gigalith max Rockfall for max attack if it doesn't Dynamax. And then I put the rest in attack. Because of that, I'm running Body Presence at a close combat as my fighting move. I didn't really need fighting, but I wanted Assault Vest, and I didn't really have a better last move. So Ice, Grand Steel, very, very standard, except the spread and body press. But yeah, then, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that quick interruption, moms. But yeah, my last move is in Torkoal. But yeah, I'm gonna describe the Torkoal. So max HP. Why am I max HP? No, actually, I don't want to be max HP. I want to be max speed. I'm gonna change that. But plan is gonna be max speed. I really the only reason I'm bringing it is Wide Guard. That's like all it provides, literally. And but because it's more supportive, go Will-O-Wisp, Protect, and Flamethrower as my attacking move. Protect because I couldn't really think of a fourth move, and Flamethrower because I want 100% accuracy. Versus Heat Wave. So yeah, the reason I'm running Sash is because even with Tardy Berry, max HP, max defense, plus defense nature, there's a chance that +2 max Rockfall will OHKO me. So just Sash. Like I'll die to Sand afterwards, but getting a Will-O-Wisp off might be like crucial. It's good to have in general. But yeah, because also I think I want to change it to max speed so that I will but with the spread I have, I do live Self Earthquake from Landorus. I might keep it. Actually, I think I'll just keep it right for now. But yeah, that is my team I'm going to use. And now we can get into the other games. So, let's go for the first game first. I'm doing speed here just so you can see better. The London Aces versus the Phoenix Suns. As you see, his popping for the Phoenix Suns, 2 tier 1s, both have very little usage stats. That's because he assumed he wasn't making the playoffs. So he dropped Salamence and Latias, and got these two. Not like as a joke, but like just like all in end of the year, end of the season. Sorry, not year. It's April. But he ended up squeaking in because he got lucky with other teams losing. And yeah, so this is the 1 versus 8 seed. London Ace has gone insane. Went like, I don't remember if it was 1-1 or 2-1 to start. Tapu Koko is their S tier. He built the team around it. Then he did like 3 moves, not all 4, to support Galarian Moltres. And Galarian Moltres has been the league MVP since then. It has been insane. But if we look at the matchup, first off, I'll look at having Thundurus is a very nice way to counter Moltres, a strong physical Pokemon that can. Yeah, also something interesting. He dropped Volcarona for Togedemaru because he didn't want Volcarona and he wanted an Erod, which is tier higher. So he doesn't have any moves left, so he can't do a free agency up. But yeah, so he actually has leftover free points. But yeah, so Thundurus is a very good matchup. When you want to first of Moltres, what's best is a physical attacker that can hit super effective into it. Thundurus is just that. However, Thundurus does get hurt by Ninetales. As Thundurus has this sad habit of getting frozen, which has happened twice, but one of the times it was for like 8 turns. So Ninetales is a good threat. Ninetales in general is good versus this team, because I remember when I fought Bob, I thought Ice type was good. Not as good now that his first 3 aren't all weak to Ice. It's still good versus Regigiago and Thundurus. Also, the shared psychic terrain. Don't really know who it'll benefit more, but probably London Aces, considering he doesn't have much priority. Although he does have Fake Out on Togedemaru, so maybe it's not as good. If we go to the lower tiers, I think that Blaziken could be good versus Paparaja, Togedemaru, Ninetales. Like put a stat on it so you don't worry about expanding force from a deity. Then it might work. Hippolele also is fairy type into Moltres. This doesn't. It doesn't look like there's a clear in favor of anybody. If you look at most played stats, Mr. Rhyme also looks good here as a supporter, but he doesn't get the Fake Out. He's a psychic terrain. Primarina does indeed look nice. Has fairy into Moltres, and Togedemaru and Gourgeist are threats. It's not amazing for the London Aces. So yeah, after my quick analysis, not too in depth or anything, I can't really see a clear winner. Though I think Poppin Fresh might have the slightly better matchup, but I think that this will be a close one, and it will depend a lot on just my guess, like leads and how to play around positioning with attacks. Then I will go to Nova Seeking versus Waterloo Wormadam. Okay. So we got Fairy for obviously the pair. Azumarill has been going insane, 21 kills. Dusknoir and Munchlax have both been doing well, surprising and Dusknoir has been played more than he ran. He made a lot of moves, which is why the stats are a little different. But yeah, if you look at this straight up, like Cresselia is a good bulky check to pour against Z. but he doesn't really have anything that threatens it. I guess Dusknoir, because it's a ghost type, but Porygon-Z does have darkness. So, looks like a pretty good Porygon-Z matchup, although Heatran does resist it as well. And Squirtle and Heatran are good for Porygon-Z, but also beat up with Weavile. Weavile's at tier 3? Oh, I didn't realize that. And Terrakion. Other than Tangrowth, but you could put Safety Goggles on Weavile, and that looks insane depending on the Calx versus Cresselia, on how much Max Rockfall might do. But like, Max Knuckle will probably kill Heatran. I'm assuming it would kill Rotom, Mamoswine, basically everything. Azumarill also looks good, except for the Rotom and Tangrowth. Well, it looks good if you're not facing down Abomasnow, Tangrowth, Rotom. All that. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah. Also, if you can get rid of Heatran, then Escavalier looks good. Honestly, looking at it, considering how offensive Suki's team is, and how defensive Steve's team is, seems like a pretty good match if it's slightly in Sticky's favor. I think that this game will come down to how well Steve can take hits and live hits, and if he will have the right counters at the right time, positioned well. Yeah, so now the last one will be the English Espeons and the what's the name? Seattle Supersonic Bruins. Oh yeah, for the record, I don't know if any of these teams have played previously. I'm not going to look up replays or anything. This is a very not in-depth analysis. As you can tell, it's just kind of look over and see what's up. Now we got the Rain team versus Metagross. Sorry, I have to sneeze. So, versus the Rain team, I mean, Umbreon looks good as a wall. Versus Metagross, Kingdra. Helping hand Max Geyser from Kingdra. Probably 2-hit KO versus a Dynamax Metagross. I think that considering the whole team, the Mindypoke and the English Lesbians don't really have good ways to counter the Seattle Supersonic Boom's team here. Like, Suicune I would say is good, but he has Zapdos. Metagross just takes too much from Rain Boosted Max Geyser. Conkeldurr, Zapdos, Persian it just doesn't do much without when they have speed control here. Butterfree, Muddy Water, that ignores it. Also staring down Electric and Flying. Luxray is mostly special, so Intimidate isn't too good. Although actually, an offensive Luxray with like Flame Orb could be good here, I think. It gets player off for like Starfall into Kingdra. Serena, not bad if it weren't for Zapdos. Also, Kingdra gets Max Airstream. I'm just looking at these four so far. He has counters except for Luxray. Umbreon, like I said before, I think that's a good defensive piece that you could use. Glaceon has been insane, 19 kills, but I'm not sure. Probably gets Freeze Dry though. Freeze Dry is good. Hits these two, hits Zapdos, and it hits basically hits Karnal super effectively considering Karnal's special defense stat. So like maybe Choice Specs Freeze Dry could be really good on Glaceon. And Rapidash hasn't been played, and it's a fire type into Rain. So this hasn't even been looking at this. Mimikyu, obviously insane. Trick Room Zetter because of Disguise. Slowking, not a bad Trick Room Sweeper. Scorch as well could be good. Like, Metagross doesn't have too many threats, though that's another good point. Like, other than just, like, he can't really hit him strong and super effective. Surfacing him so much. A little tired. But, like, Zapdos, Politoed, Kingdra, that's still very good in a Metagross. But looking at this, I think that Sail Supersonic Booms definitely have the more favorable matchup. And if I had to bet, I don't want to, but I would bet on him. This is by far the oh yeah, also though my matchup, I think that my matchup is in favor of me. But like even though I know like Bohm has been winning for a reason, if you go back to my matchup, like he's been bringing the same 5 mons. People know this, but he still keeps winning. So I'm definitely not underestimating him. Well, I probably am, even though I think I have a superior matchup, and I think Daddy has a superior matchup, and the other two I think are very even. But yeah, that's my short analysis on each of the games. We got just kind of neutral. We got my game, which can't really analyze as objectively. We got we got LDA versus PHX, which I think like there's no clear winner like in either end, but maybe Poppin has a superior thing. It's just like neither team is like super strong against the other in any one way. We got Sticky, we got NSS versus WW, which is like offense versus defense. What do you get when an unstoppable force hits an immovable object? And we have this game, which I just went over. But yeah, I'm really excited for the playoffs. I will be playing Bohm in 1, 2, 3 days, and I'm excited for that. Just finished my mock battles, and I hope my team ends up working out. But I will see you all then. Goodbye.